Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day so far. My name is Marwan, but wait, something doesn't feel right. That's more like it. It's November right now and I'm in my second year studying architectural environment engineering. I am here today to talk about mental well-being with you. As men, we almost never talk about our mental health, and that needs to change. As a part of BU Week, I'm here to highlight the wide range of ways you can get support with the uni, with some examples of how I got support last year. It was around 3 weeks into the first term after Freshers Week. On a Wednesday, I just stormed out one of my lectures and started making my way towards student services. All the way to the journey towards student services, I was pumped and ready to ask to change course. But as soon as I got there was this feeling, this fear that I can't describe. I was scared that I was going to lose my place on my current course and there's going to be no spaces on any other courses. Eventually, one of my friends caught up to me and found me outside student services.
Take small steps, don't rush into it, don't just go, we're going to student services to swap your course. It was, why don't we just go inside first? And we went inside. And then it was, why don't we join the queue because it's quite long. You kind of calm down a little bit and stressed out a bit less.
After some talking, I worked up the courage to go inside and see if I could possibly change course.
We were talking about reasons why you wanted to leave, reasons why you wanted to stay.
I was scared that I'm going to withdraw from my current course, not be able to change course, and just be stuck not knowing what to do in my life. But luckily that didn't happen. Then a month goes by. Around November last year, I took part in the Great Escape Challenge. The premise of the challenge is basically you want to get as far away from your starting location, Nottingham in this case, as possible within 36 hours. So I was taking part in this challenge and my partner was a last minute arrangement. My friend who I was going to do it with dropped out last minute, so I had to do it with someone else. This challenge started, we got to London and we had coach tickets to Paris, and it was around 9 PM, but I panicked. I didn't know the person I was going with that well and I didn't want to go to Paris with him. So I found myself in the middle of London alone at night, not knowing what to do. I wound up going to Victoria Coach Station alone that night and just staying up till 2 AM to get the first coach back to Nottingham. I made my way to Nottingham on a 2 AM coach that made me arrive in Nottingham at 5 AM, and straight when I was back around 5:30, without even dropping off my bag, I went straight to one of my friend's flats. And after that, the next week was probably the worst week of my uni life.
We all just kind of saw each other as and when we were in the flat. Obviously we hadn't seen you in a little bit, but we thought you were still maybe away. Like, we didn't know. Because if you knock on your door, like,
I didn't do anything.
So you wouldn't answer. So it would, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't even be like, oh, he's in.
Yeah.
So we were just like, okay, he's not in.
The entire next week I spent within my room. I didn't go to any lectures, didn't go to any societies, and pretty much didn't even speak to anyone. I'd wake up, look at my phone for a couple hours, and then just fall back asleep. That's what I did for a whole week. And then I realised it was time to change. So I got some help from the Orchards on campus. The Orchards are a student counselling service that's free and accessible to all students, even right now, online. A couple of months go by and it's January. I want to make an interactive poster for one of my coursework assignments. So I wanted to make a poster with a spinning wheel on it as compared to just a poster that everyone else has made just by printing it out from their design. But making a spinning poster is exponentially harder than just printing out a poster. So I needed help from one of my lecturers.
In anything you do, actually, you need to remember that there is a chance of things not going the way you planned. But what is interesting is that in learning, in this sort of collaborative learning, the chance of having to do it again or having to think about an improvement is precisely the core of learning.
I felt out of place being the only one in the room with a poster that isn't just a big piece of paper printed out with my design on it. But the day before my poster was supposed to be presented, the spinner broke and I needed help.
The episode of this trial and error example and the honest reaction that everybody felt in terms of, wow, this is good, but it didn't work as planned, but it's still very good. I think that is super important. In our life, the answers are no longer written in books. I mean, there's no recipe for things we do, so we need to construct our own definitions. Especially now with this uncertainty and the way things are turning around, I mean, so quickly. The certainty for us is that we need to make a proper response from ourselves to our context.
I had to go find glue to fix my poster 30 minutes before it's due to be presented. I got some help from my lecturer and it all worked out in the end. My lecturer even asked to keep my poster, but he couldn't find a space for it in the department, so I got to keep it. So, to summarize this video, you can get help from your friends, from student services, from student counseling services, your lecturers, your personal tutors, whatever you're struggling with. There's always help available in a multitude of ways. There's a range of ways you can get help, and you should. Especially now that it's hard to see people in person. It's hard to make friends. You should be seeking help if you need it.